In verses 5 and 6, Paul doesn't just define love by what it is, he defines love by what it isn't. So in this session, we'll look at 7 actions of what love is not. Sometimes it's easier to see what something is when we look at what it isn't, and Paul does that here. The first thing Paul says love is not is that it doesn't envy or boast. These are opposite expressions, but they come from the same place: comparison. It's seeing ourselves as better or worse than others. And social media tends to provoke envy and boasting. It's hard to be happy for someone else when you want what they have. But this kind of love, agape love, celebrates what other people have because you're content with what God has given you. This is hard to do, but when we really understand how God loves us and that He's created us for a purpose, we can celebrate how He's created others and be happy for them rather than being envious of them. Love does not envy or boast. Opposite expressions, but they come from the same place. And these are 2 things that Paul says love is not. Love is not proud. This means we approach others with humility and respect. We're not just trying to one-up them, we can learn from others. It's approaching relationships and others with a humility that says, I don't know everything, and I have something to learn from you. And that brings us to the next thing that love is not. Love is not rude. That means approaching conversations not just with what you have to say, but listening to what others have to say, without thinking about what you're going to say next. That means you're not always just trying to get people to listen to you, but you are listening to them, because you know that they have something for you. Love doesn't push its own way. It makes a way for others to be able to express their opinions. This kind of love cares for others for their sake and not just yours. And the last thing that Paul says love is not is that it's not self-seeking. This is really a summary of all the qualities of love. This kind of love, agape love, is an others-centered love, not a self-centered love. And that's what sets it apart from any other love. But if you want to understand the way God loves you, practice this love for others. That is why Paul gives us this expression of agape love. So if you're confused about what love is, or whether you're loving someone with agape love, Paul spells it out in verses 4 through 8. And when we love this way, we truly experience God.